Identity, access, and insider risk. Let me start with the reality most organizations find uncomfortable. The greatest access to your systems is not held by an attacker, it is held by people you already trust. Identity and access are no longer technical controls, they are decisions about trust. And insider risk is not about bad employees, it is about unchecked access combined with human behavior. This is why identity has become the new perimeter. Today, the traditional perimeter disappeared quietly due to cloud adoption, remote work, SaaS platforms, APIs, and third party integrations. Hence, there is no longer a single boundary to defend. What remains is identity. Who can access what, who can access from where, who can access for how long, and who can access under what conditions. Today, attackers understand this better than most organizations. Hence, they don't break in anymore, they just log in. Leadership often associate insider risk with malice. Malice in form of a disgruntled employee or a rogue administrator or a deliberate breach. But most insider incidents are not necessarily malicious. They are likely accidental or they are likely negligent. In some cases, it could be due to enabling of excessive access. Now, it is a fact that today people have more access than what they really need, but they keep the access longer than they should. They have inherent privileges without scrutiny, and it is over time that this specific risk accumulate silently. So, from a CIO's perspective, identity sprawl is unavoidable and dangerous. Dangerous since identity sprawl could be through multiple directories, through multiple identity providers, through multiple SaaS platforms, or through multiple privilege models. Now, access is granted for convenience, but exceptions slowly but surely starts to become permanent, and temporary access now becomes invisible. The CIO knows a painful truth. Every additional identity is a potential breach path. Every privileged account is a latent incident. And the more complex the environment, the harder it becomes to answer the simplest of the question, which is who has access to what right now? And when that answer is unclear, the confidence collapses. For the chief risk officer, insider risk is uniquely difficult. uniquely difficult since there is no clear adversary, there is no clear boundaries, and there is no obvious triggers. Insider risk blurs the line between control failures, human errors, and governance weaknesses. Today, regulators ask, why did this person have access in the first place? And why was it not revoked earlier? Or why was activity not detected sooner? And the answer often exposes the uncomfortable governance gap. Insider incidents are rarely about intent, they are mostly about lack of discipline. So, for the CEO and the board, identity failure feels deeply unsettling. Deeply unsettling because they reveal that trust was granted too broadly. They reveal that oversight was just assumed. And they reveal that controls existed but were not enforced. Identity incidents undermine the leadership's confidence. Leadership today knows that if access cannot be controlled, then nothing else can be trusted. Hence, today, boards realize that cybersecurity is no longer about walls and tools. It is about who is trusted and why. Organizations struggle because identity grows faster than governance. Identity grows faster than governance since, in a growing organization, employees keep joining, employees keep leaving, roles change with time, vendors are rotated or keep rotating, or systems are just multiplying with the organization's growth. And when that is happening, access reviews becomes ceremonial and privileges creep becomes normalized, and then detection becomes reactive. Now it is important to understand that identity risk thrives in complexity and neglect. And complexity is now the default state in most organizations. Organizations that manage identity risk well adopt a simple philosophy. Philosophy that trust is temporary, access is conditional, and most important, that privilege is earned and revoked continuously. Hence, organizations today enforce least privilege rigorously. They automate access reviews. They monitor behaviors, not just credentials. And they design for zero trust. They stay away from implicit trust. These organizations understand one fundamental truth, that identity is not an IT control, it's a leadership responsibility. Let me close with this. Most breaches today do not begin with exploitation, it begins with authorization. The real question leadership must ask is not, do we trust our people? The real question is, have we designed systems that assumes people are human? That is because cybersecurity fails not when people are acting maliciously, they fail when systems trust too much for too long. With this, we have come to the end of this video on identity access and insider risk. I'd like to thank you for your time that you have invested. Do like, do share it with your colleagues. Do subscribe. It helps big on motivation. This is your host, Savit Vittal Salian. Take care. Have a great day.